Aw, animals.
That poor puppy. New Year's Eve was harrowing for one terrier who almost lost a paw to an escalator at Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood International Airport. The dog was flying back to New York with its humans that night and was walking up an escalator when its hind leg was swallowed by the escalator guard. The freaked out owners attempted to free their pooch only to get bitten by the distressed animal. Airport security tried to help but couldn't free the pup without the proper tools. Firefighters eventually saved the day, freeing the terrier from the escalator's clutches and returning it to its humans, both of whom refused treatment for their bites. The dog wasn't seriously injured, but the incident should serve as a warning to keep animals off the moving steps. Here's 4 more videos of dogs getting stuck in places. Some are lucky, some not so much.
Quick-thinking hero saves dog from getting strangled by an elevator. The life of a puppy in Missouri would have been snuffed out by an elevator, if not for a maintenance worker who saved it in the nick of time. Security footage from the Springfield apartment complex shows the dog wandering off as her owner gets into an elevator, unaware that his pet isn't with him. The dog comes back just as the elevator doors close, but the lift had already begun to move. The scene then turns terrifying. The pup is violently dragged towards the doors and yanked into the air. The pooch is then slammed to the ground and is about to be pulled up a second time when Brian Ushery comes running in. Thinking fast, he reaches up and quickly breaks off the leash, saving the pup from an accidental hanging. The owner expected the worst when he rushed back down from the 5th floor and was extremely thankful that his pet was saved. Ushery, the building's maintenance supervisor, said he posted the video on Facebook as a warning about leashes and elevators. It has since been viewed more than 10,000 times.
Dog caught in bear trap for 2 weeks stays alive by licking snow. This dog, Forrest, found himself in the fight of his life in March of 2016. Wandering a wooded area in Poland, probably on an adventure of sorts, Forrest suddenly noticed he was stuck. 2 of his legs had gotten caught on a wire bear trap. This type of trap acts like a noose, tightening as the animal caught in it struggles to break free. Poor Forrest learned this the painful way. Over the next 2 weeks, he'd lost the energy to even howl for help. His 2 left legs now infected, all he could do to survive was lick the snow around him to keep hydrated. No one knows who did this to Forrest, but given the trap was set to catch a bear, there's a good chance the hunter it belonged to had checked on it over the 2 weeks. Left for dead, fate finally smiled on Forrest, as he was rescued by an animal welfare group in Przemysl, Poland. His 2 infected legs had to be amputated as a result of the wire trap, and even after being rescued and fending off a fever, he almost died from parasitic worms draining him from the inside. But his new caregivers report he's probably out of the woods now, and if they can raise enough funds to have him fitted for prosthetic legs, he'll be back out on his adventures again soon. Only from now on, they'll be supervised.
Great Dane barks up the wrong tree. Cora is an 120-pound or 54-kilo Great Dane who lives in Nebraska. Cora also apparently suffers from some sort of species dysphoria, and this cute, not-so-little fella went full feline on Saturday. Imagine the call.
Fire department, my Great Dane is stuck in a tree. Yeah, no, this isn't a joke. Seriously, she's stuck. Yes, I said Great Dane. Yes, she is a dog.
Skeptical firefighters arrived and found it was 100% true. Cora had evidently chased a squirrel or something, jumped over a 5-foot fence, and got herself stuck on a tree branch some 20 feet off the ground. A Facebook post from the Plattsmouth Volunteer Fire Department says the initial plan was to get a leash on the cold, scared doggy and get owner Wes McGurrick to try to guide her down. Didn't work. On to plan B. Lower the dog out of the tree with some kind of harness, firefighter style. Wisely, however, the rescuers had a team on the ground holding out an outstretched tarp to catch Cora if she fell, which she did, harmlessly landing on the tarp and then walking away like, what, can't a girl climb a tree these days? Shh, thanks, Obama. Firefighters said they were very pleased, all ended well, and that the time we got a Great Dane out of a tree story is going to be one they tell for many moons to come. Let's just hope Cora learns to love herself as a plus-size dog and finds a more down-to-earth hobby.
Poor doggy strangled to death by elevator. We all know that elevators in China like to eat people, but apparently they like to eat your little dogs too. This accident happened in Jiangsu province when a dog's owner got into an elevator without him. In surveillance footage obtained by the Changzhou Daily Post, an 80-year-old woman was seen walking her dog to an apartment elevator in Yuhewan district of Changzhou City. But when they got into the elevator, the dog turned around and walked out. The elevator's doors then closed and it began its ascent. The old woman pushed the alarm button for help, but to no avail. Technicians came to open the elevator doors, but the dog was dead. The elderly woman was physically unharmed, but emotionally scarred for the rest of her life. Local police told the newspaper that small or thin objects like leashes and little dogs are difficult for elevators to detect. When a group of people enter an elevator, it's best to press and hold the open button until the entire group is inside, they say.
See a story that really should be animated? Suggest stories to TomoNews now.